Congratulations, Bad Influence, for winning the 2011 Fantasy Football Championship for the kccffl League. That's right, you won by less than 2 points to the Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes is probably very disappointed right now. He actually fell asleep at halftime, didn't even bother to watch it. He must have already knew that he was going to lose. Or he just had that busy of a long day. This is your first win in I don't know how long. I don't know if you've ever won the league. I think you have, but I don't know the last time. You did get second place back in 2009, if you don't remember. I just want to refresh your memory. So it wasn't that long ago you were in the championship game. But this time, you won. How did you do that, people might want to know. You won your division, didn't you? I think you did. Because having Mark Sanchez as your quarterback for most of the second half of the season, because I think you had Matt Schaub, and when he went down, I figured you'd be done for. But Mark Sanchez has been averaging 25 to 34 points a game. So with Frank Gore and Sean Green finally getting better, and Percy Harvin really stepping it up lately, and same with Julio Jones. Julio Jones and Percy Harvin, I think, have been averaging probably close to 20 points a game for the last 4 weeks. I mean, somewhere around there. Anyway, but having Gore and having AJ Green on your bench most of the year, with Victor Cruz on your bench this week. Sitting Victor Cruz this week, you're so lucky you won. I don't think I could have sat Victor Cruz this week. But it was a good win. I'm proud of you. Good job. Thumbs up. Josh, ouch. Have you won yet, Josh? You've been to the championship. You had to have been to the championship game before. Let me look here. Hawkeyes, you were in the championship game in 08. And that's all I have a record of that goes back to 05. And you lost in 08. So you made it back, and you lost again. Some people haven't been to the championship game. So you should be happy that you made it again, I guess, because whatever. Second place, our third place game, the Doozies beats the Donkey. I think, was it a close game? It actually was a good game. 149 and 3/4 to 141 and basically 3/4. So only a 8-point win. Who did you? Aaron Rodgers. Donkey, your team would be nothing if you didn't have Aaron Rodgers. If you had just a normal quarterback like Matt Ryan, you would have lost probably half of your games that you won. So Aaron Rodgers was your team, because Ben Jarvis was not. He was more missed than a hit. Brandon Jacobs, same thing. Jonathan Stewart, he was actually steady, a good 12 to 18 points a game on regular days. Jordy Nelson was your other big stud. He's only had a couple bad games. And, of course, this week he did have another good game. Your weakness, and it's not a weakness, it's not a weakness. You got Tony Gonzalez. He'll get you 15 points a game, or he'll get you 2 or 3. And this week he got you 9. He's a frustrating tight end because he looks like he would be a good go-to guy, but then Matt Ryan just won't throw it to him or something. And then your Bears defense was a stud all year, and then they just, well, of course they're playing the Packers. They got 0. Having Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams on your team, I'm shocked you didn't play both of them more often and sit Ben Jarvis. That's kind of where I would have done maybe. Oh man, I didn't know there was going to be something recording. I was watching something. Anyway, so Donkey had a good year. I'll get to this in a minute. I'm still kind of depressed. It's a good win, Doozies. You had Matt Ryan, who was a consistent quarterback, consistently getting 28 to 35 points. He had maybe 1 or 2 games in the teens, but other than that, he was pretty consistent. I liked how he played. Ahmad Bradshaw, once he got healthy, came back to life. Lucky pickup of Michael Bush. And having Darren well, I guess you had Bush and McFadden, so that's why. Your bench player is really nothing to brag about, but your starters, Fitzgerald did tons better than I thought he would do this year. I didn't think he was going to do much, and he averaged probably 18 to 20 points a game most games. Jermichael Finley finally put up double digits for you because he's been pretty disappointing all year. So you squeaked by with a win. Congratulations. I think it's because of your defense, since the Bengals defense that got you 16 points. And Big Red, I just want to talk about him a second. He's like, oh, my team should have been in the championship game. My team's so much better. You don't have a quarterback, okay? You got Foster, Jones, Drew, Des Bryant, Hakeem Nicks, which Hakeem Nicks only got 3 points this week. Okay? You got those guys. CJ Spiller, who you really wouldn't have played until just recently. Vernon Davis, pretty much been a bust all year. You have no quarterback, Rex Grossman or Josh Freeman. Freeman and Grossman actually got 30 points this week, but typically they suck. So, and Beanie Wells has been so up and down, it's ridiculous. But I want to get to my team. My one stupid mistake cost me everything. I drafted my team for the playoffs because all my players that were in my main players, I was looking at their schedule saying this is a good team to have if I make the playoffs. Matt Stafford and Calvin Johnson I traded to get, and I got Kevin Smith and Rashard Mendenhall and Gates. Well, Gates I got just because he was still there. Anyway, Stafford was the main guy. So I can't get over it. I made one dumb error playing donkey. I benched Nate Washington to play Damian Williams because Nate Washington had a high ankle sprain but still will play. You're not going to get much. No, you got 25 points. I lost to Donkey by 3 points. I would have beat him if I left it alone. Because of that, I lost everything. Why, you say? I would have won. I would have played doozies. Would have killed doozies the next week. Then this week, look at my score, 174 points. And this is the lineup I would have played. 174 points, high points in the league. I would have been the freaking champion. That's so depressing. I could have won this league. But ifs, ands, and buts, or coconuts, whatever the heck that thing goes. So depressed. Anyway, but congratulations again, Mike. The Pick'ems goes to Chris Drake, Mr. Pink Taco Plugger. Good job. You pretty much manhandled everyone in this one. And the other guys, like Cardiac Kid, I want to look at your team. Oh, Tony Romo kind of hosed you this one. You have had the most unfortunate year ever I've ever seen because your team was so high scoring, yet you couldn't even make the playoffs. And then once you get to the toilet bowl, your team just tanks, period. I mean, look at you. I can't remember who else you had besides Forte. You had Forte and Andre Johnson, who all got injured. Now Tony Romo, who didn't even play the last game because he got hurt. You had to have had somebody else on your team that. Oh, Miles Austin. He didn't play a lot of the year. That might have been. You might have dropped a player or something. I don't know, but you've been very unfortunate. Oh, the toilet bowl guy. I forgot to talk about toilet bowl winner guy, Biscuit Butt. I called that one. Your team looked like they were on the rise with Cam Newton, Peyton Hill's coming back. Chris Johnson was starting to come around. He kind of sucked for you yesterday, but it didn't matter. Pierre Thomas finally emerging as one of their main backs. You know, that's crazy. New Orleans is a what do they call it? New Orleans is a three-headed dragon. You got Sproles, Pierre Thomas, and either Mark Ingram or Chris Ivory. And Pierre Thomas still gets 15 points a game regularly. And Darren Sproles even gets 15 to 20 some points regularly. Now, I think Chris Ivory might have even got like 15 points. Anyway, and Steve Smith for Carolina I don't understand why he only he's been getting not much lately. I don't know who he's throwing to. Maybe that LaFell guy. But Mike Wallace and Gronkowski have been steady. David Akers was probably the all-time best kicker in the league. And your Giants defense has been playing strong. So anyway, and you got Colston on the bench. God, man, Colston and Malcolm Floyd on your bench. That is tough to do that. Anyway, you won the toilet bowl. Congratulations. You get 125 back. Anyway, it's been a great year. Everyone have a good and happy new year. And don't forget the playoff thing starts. You have to sign into that website. Pick your players on the waiver wire thing. It's typical 9 player starting roster, no more, no less, based on how we do our rosters. And whoever scores the most points wins the $60 at the end of the Super Bowl. And that's it. So congratulations again to all you losers that won. And there'll be another video coming up eventually sooner with all of our busts and all that of the year. Oh. So, have a good year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, and I guess now it's Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa.